14 million people haven't had their eyes tested as recommended in the last 2 years.
5.8 million people are at risk of sight loss as they're living with sight-threatening conditions.
6 million people live with uncorrected refractive error as well as sight-threatening conditions.
My name is Pierce Keane. I'm a consultant ophthalmologist at Moorfields Eye Hospital, and I'm a researcher at the Institute of Ophthalmology at University College London. I think it's absolutely vital to have regular sight tests. The absolutely crucial reason is that half of all sight loss can be prevented if we pick up the cause for it early and treat it early. People can face really an array of problems if they don't have regular sight tests, such as glaucoma, which is often something that people are not aware that they have and is irreversible if it gets too advanced without treatment, or conditions such as diabetic eye disease or age-related macular degeneration. And all the evidence shows that earlier detection, earlier diagnosis, earlier treatment lets us save sight. If you have a problem with your eyes, one of the first people that you'll go to is your high street optometrist to be examined. The advances in the technologies that we have, particularly the ocular imaging technologies, means that a lot of the diagnosis of problems with eye health can now be made in the communities by optometrists. Examining the eyes actually allows you to pick up things that are of interest for the rest of the body. So for example, examining the retina would allow you to see changes consistent with hypertension, which means high blood pressure within the body. And so if that's picked up, then that might allow you to attend your GP and have a blood pressure test, get treated for that, and then reduce the risk of having a stroke or a heart attack at some point in the future. It's absolutely crucial, and I can't emphasize this enough, that people have better awareness about eye health. The interventions are much more straightforward in early disease than people who present at a late stage. The costs of sight loss, that's the direct medical costs and the indirect costs associated with it, account for about £28 billion per year in the UK alone. So if we could prevent half of that just by educating people to have eye tests, the economic implications for the UK alone would justify it, even in the absence of all the visual benefits that we would give to people.
My name is James Campbell. I work at the Fire and Rescue Service. I noticed that there was a slight blurriness to the side on the top of my left eye. So I decided to contact the local optician, Specsavers. I took a look at it and they basically said to me that I would have to go and see a specialist. The word tumour never entered my mind until Dr. Brennan had told me what it was that afternoon, that Saturday afternoon.
My name's Wendy. I had booked a sight test over at Specsavers where I'd been going regularly. During the test, it was quite obvious that I wasn't able to pick up as many dots that were appearing on the screen as the left eye. The optician said to be on the safe side, he was going to refer me to the eye clinic down at Trelisk, and by the end of the week was told that the MRI scan had picked up a rather large brain tumour.
I'm Michelle Kirk, I am 30, I'm from Chorley. I'd experienced a really bad headache for about a week and I was walking past Specsavers, went in, looked at the picture of the back of my eye. He said, you need to take this letter with you straight to hospital. I was diagnosed with intracranial hypertension, which then can lead to blindness and then lead to strokes. I'm so grateful that I went in that day because I think it saved my sight.
I can't thank them enough, for finding this and referring me so quickly,
I could have been facing the loss of sight in both my eyes, or obviously even worse outcomes. Can't be any more grateful for them doing the visual field test on that day. Good timing.
Specsavers' mission, together with RNIB, is to transform the nation's eye health through education, awareness and action We want everyone, like the brave people you have just heard from, to understand the importance of regular eye tests to help bring an end to avoidable sight loss.